So, I grew up on Jackass. Hopefully you did too. It's one of my favorite things to watch if I'm like not in the best mood. I'm gonna fucking watch Jackass. I'm not gonna lie. So, I'm gonna show you what they did right and how you can add it to your clothing brand. Now, a lot of you always say, can you review clothing brands today? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it all the time because the simple fact is every marketing strategy, all the content, all the material that you get to fuel your brand does not have to be from an actual clothing brand. It could be from multiple different things. I have a highlight on my Instagram and it's literally movies that I love, and I say get your case studies from movies, characters in movies, and basically Jackass does it the best, but in real time. So what does Jackass do really well out of everything? Well, the one thing that they do the best is that their characters, every single one of them, Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, Bam Margera, Chris, was named Pontius, Wee Man, all of them. Like, so what did they do so well? All of their characters, right? Everybody had an archetype, right? So each character had an archetype. Johnny Knoxville was like the leader. Steve-O was like the one who's doing some crazy shit. He's going to put a firework up his ass. Bam Margera, he had his skate brand. He also was kind of like the cool one. Wee Man, he's little. He's tricking everybody, right? So for your clothing brand, when you think of your consumer, they should have all of these different types of personality traits, right? Every single one of them should have a different personality trait that they could go out and become and do, and you could show within your content. A lot of y'all only show one type of consumer, right? Y'all only show one type of consumer, and then you get mad when this one type of consumer does not follow you, or you can't find them online. Can't find. Well, if you think about it, you think that finding this one type of consumer that you created, that is the perfect consumer at that, you're going to find them online. Your consumer is not supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to need you some way, somehow. But when it comes to these archetypes, you want to have a couple of them, okay? We're going to start getting a couple of archetypes. So, a little homework for you, all right? Create more than 3 fucking archetypes, all right? Homework. OMG. With these archetypes, you're going to make sure that you have a ringleader. Who's the best version of your consumer, and who can you easily get? The best version is the one you can easily get, right? Easily, you could be like, yeah, you need my brand. You suck. You need my brand, right? Also, Jackass was fucking chaotic. Like I said in the last video, y'all have to relax. You have to relax and be more fun. Y'all brands are so boring. That's reckless. It's nothing fun about it, right? So you guys need to start getting chaotic a little bit more. Our generation, Gen Z, literally, or if you're from millennials or something, millennials were fun. Gen Z were so fucking boring. It's literally like, I literally hate talking to anybody Gen Z. I'm like, dude, what? They don't even know how to, like, if you talk to a person Gen Z, they're gonna, Gen Z death stare is so fucking real. I don't do that shit because I grew up with older parents, and you're not supposed to stare at people. You're supposed to give a little smirk. Hi. But Gen Z that didn't grow up with older parents, oh, these fools think having a conversation is going to literally make them blow up. Here's another thing. There needs to be a gap. I see a gap between who they actually are and the archetype that they relate to. This gap, let's act like the gap is right here. This gap is for you to manipulate them. You manipulate them here, right? Because with this manipulation, what are you going to do? Let's see. Class, are we listening? Have you been listening to me make these videos? You're going to make Obsession come out. OMG. Are you serious? Yeah. You're going to make them obsessed with you. Because they see themselves kind of in this archetype. They're like, yeah, I see myself in it. But it also seems too hard to attain. So how do I attain it? In this gap. It creates obsession. Then after it creates obsession, they're going to start, what are they going to do? They're going to start buying stuff. They're going to start engaging, right? But you have to give them this gap. That's why I said, some of y'all come out The woodworks with just this, a perfect archetype. Perfect. No, bitch, you can't do that. You cannot give them perfect. It needs to be a gap. There needs to be something that's making them feel like, damn, I can't get here. Right? They luxury brands, you know what they sell? They sell emotion. They're not going to sell access. Right? Right? That's literally what Jackass did. You can't put fireworks up your ass. You're not going to swallow some weird substance. You're not going to get banged in the head with a fucking a bowling ball or whatever the fuck. I think Johnny Knoxville like messed up his genitals like 3 times because he's just doing crazy shit, right? So you're not going to be able to do what he's doing. But you like his vibe. You like that he's a ringleader. You like that Steve-O's always putting shit up his ass. Like, you like all these things, right? But you never could be them. So as Jackass 1 comes out, you're like, oh my gosh, hard. Jackass 2 comes out, oh my gosh, hard. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. You keep them here. Because they feel similar or they feel connected to you emotionally, but they can never be you. This is why archetypes, characters are so important. If your brand does not have an archetype that feels similar to the consumer, but not perfect, you end up with creating shit that is boring. And then you lack that chaos. You lack the gap. Half of y'all are here. Y'all shit is very boring. It's very boring, and y'all need a fucking flag on the play from doing that boring shit. Is it a towel or is it actually a flag? I don't know. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all are boring, right? So you want to fix that. Let's fix that up. You know what I mean? Like, as this is glitching out right now, if we can stop being boring, you could have like a Jackass run. Like, Jackass is timeless. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's entertainment. It's entertaining. It's chaos. It's everything. It's perfect. It's literally 5 stars, right? Make some archetypes and create the gap. That's what you need to do. Do these 2 things so you can have a fucking Jackass run. That's literally what they did. That's their formula. That's why they're so cool. Also, side note, had a huge crush on Johnny Knoxville when I was younger. That's definitely why I was watching it. But, again, create an archetype, create a gap. Comment it below. Or comment it in the community post if you want to. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new video.